Rights activist Peter Tatchell accused the FA of shirking their responsibility to tackle homophobia in the game. Tatchell said he knows gay and bisexual players who won't come out because they're not confident they'd get strong enough support from the FA. So he went to ask Jamie Feldman, who plays for Britain's top-ranking gay football team, Stonewall FC, whether professional football in Britain is ready for an openly gay player.
My name's Jamie Feldman and I currently play for Stonewall Football Club, the world's most successful openly gay football club. I first decided to join a gay team when I was at university. It was simply a case of feeling more comfortable in my own surroundings and actually wanting to help with the battle against homophobia in sport. Stonewall Football Club is a football club that's open for all football players regardless of their sexual orientation. We actually have quite a few openly straight players at our club. They enjoy playing for us because of the atmosphere that we've got at the club and simply because we're a good football team. People don't tend to treat me differently because I play for a gay football team. When we get out on the pitch, people respect us for our ability on the pitch rather than for the fact that we're gay. Currently there aren't any out gay football players in the Premier League or any of the top flight leagues, but I would bet my mortgage and my marriage certificate on the fact that that statistically there just has to be a gay football player. But the most important thing to remember is it's up to the individual player as to whether they want to come out or not. It's a tough enough decision to come out to family and friends, but when you've got hundreds of thousands of people watching your every move, it makes it all the more difficult. If a top player was to come out as gay, then I would expect there to be some abuse from opposition fans. I think unfortunately we still live in a place where abuse is rife on the stands, whether it's on the basis of religion, race or sexual orientation. But I think if a gay football player was to come out and was to start putting really good performances, and for example if he was a striker to start banging in goals, people would soon forget about the fact that he was gay and just look at him for being a great footballer on the pitch. You'd like to think that today's fans would make a stand against any homophobic abuse that they heard in the same way that you'd hope that they'd say the same thing about racist abuse. I think there are many reasons why there aren't any openly gay football players in the top flight leagues at the moment. Some people say it's agents, some people say it's management, but to be honest, no one actually knows the reason why. If I was good enough myself to be playing top flight football, then I wouldn't have any problem being an out gay football player. I'm proud of who I am and I've actually got nothing to hide. I think we're ready to welcome an out gay football player, and from what we're told from the FA and other organisations within football, the support networks are there for someone to come out and the help is there for them. But what we've got to remember is that it's a personal decision for someone to take. It's a big step, it's a huge step, but someone's got to take it. Some people reckon that there's an extremely large commercial opportunity for someone who does come out to be the first out gay football player, and in some regard I would agree with that, but I don't think that can be the sole reason as to why someone does come out. There needs to be more behind it. When it does happen, I think people will learn to see that player as a player who just plays football and happens to be gay, rather than a gay person who plays football.
It's a lovely film, everyone. Just point out Jamie's in the crowd here. There he is at the front. Well done, Jamie. Smashing. Thanks for that. Nev, what do we think? Openly gay footballer, would he be welcomed?
I think so. I think it's got to be one, if not more than one, in all fairness. For 1 in 10 personally gay, to be fair, there's got to be a few, isn't there? I just think it's just rubbish, to be fair, that the FA don't deal with it head on. Yeah, and then he put the resources at the top level. Why didn't he put them at the grassroots level where, whatever happens, the racism thing, you know, it should be part of all the coaching courses. You know, whether you've got a gay player or not should be part of your coaching courses. But I think you've got to go into the academies. You've got to
educate people.
Well, I think if you're going to be a good player, you've got to be yourself. And if you're gay or you're a Martian, I don't give a monkeys, to be fair, as long as you're my best player. So and I've got to look after that person, haven't I? And he's got to want to come out, or he wants to be openly gay. That's great for me because he is who he is. And you can see that he's quite happy. Also, he's quite happy. He looks quite happy. He's quite relaxed. And you want your players to be like that. But I do think it's a generation thing. I think in time, somebody will come out because of the press, because they know they're going to get outed in the press the next day. So they'll come out anyway, maybe for the wrong reasons. And I do think it's all about education. Everything, you could have met everything head on by the FA, but they seem to put their head in the sand and go, well, it'll happen in time, but we don't really need to give it much of a help. You need to push it on, because if we can get the first, if a gay person scores a winning final.
You're a champion, yeah, absolutely. I agree. Now, education and time. Neville's going to stay with us. Coming up, Mark Brighton and Rory Smith will return to take delivery of tomorrow's Back Pages. We'll bring you some rib ticklers in our onion bag, and we'll have some more great live music from those local natives, so don't go anywhere.